Welcome to another episode of Roving Slant. It is your host, Cody, and
it's
the other
Sam.
host. Yes.
Sam, the other, yeah.
There's no co-host here. We're only hosts.
We're like, we're like the fungus.
Yeah.
We're the hosts. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fungus. Yeah.
We have a symbiotic relationship with each other. We're all about unity here on this podcast.
I feel like we could be some propaganda radio. Like, that's right, folks. Yeah. The fungus is here. Take your knack.
Yeah, speaking of which, dude, I think I met a pro mushroom head the other day when I was walking in the woods. I was like, oh, I'm going to get some footage for my video of just walking, because all those YouTubers I watch that do any sort of self-help stuff always have like themselves in the woods. I was like, dude, what better way for footage than just nature? I mean, everything's gorgeous, natural law exists. I mean, great, perfect. What I didn't realize is in my own stupidity is that I have shaky hands, and walking doesn't produce the most stable camera shots at all. But regardless, I ended up meeting an old man out there who I think was just an arbiter of Satan's word to try to convince me that mushrooms are good and we need to eat them all. It was really bizarre. I was walking, I passed an old couple, nice friendly old couple, and they asked me if I was bird watching because I had the camera, and I said no, I was just getting footage. And they were like, oh, well, I got something you can take a picture of. And so he leads me like deep into the woods, and he just like talks about this mushroom. He's like, I just got off the phone with my buddy so-and-so who's a mycologist. He's like, we were trying to identify what this mushroom is. We don't know what it is. We took a little piece of it. We're going to get it identified. And then he's talking about how like different mushrooms sell for like different amounts of pounds. And you can sell them to like grocery stores and stuff like that. And then he's talking about, like, all the different... For some reason, it turned into, like, a holistic medicine conversation. He was like, I don't trust the medical industry at all. But he was like, but we believe in the vaccines. And it's like, okay, all right. And then he's talking about how...
I think that was to not offend you.
Yeah, or something. Like, he just looked at me and thought I was...
college kid.
Yeah, college
Zoomer.
kid. Zoomer. But he's like, then he starts talking about how he regrets not learning about mushrooms when he was younger. Because he's like, if I just had cordyceps, I could have, I was a runner. So, even if it would have gave me that 5% edge, I would have been able to run faster, I guess. I don't know, longer. Yeah. I'm not really sure.
Gives him the energy.
Yeah, something. He was like, lion's mane does this. Cordyceps does this. Take this for this. And he's like, and then he starts talking about a psilocybin mushroom trip. He's like, yeah, I took a dose of it. And I was like, well, what happened? I mean, what did you feel? He's like, he talked about how he took a lot of it. And he's like, oh, I just felt confused the whole time. I'm like, okay.
I just didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. And then and it's like random stuff. He's like, I'm like engaging with it because I'm like, I need to know. But he's like, 25% of the Earth's mass is apparently mycelium and everything like that. He's like, look at this tree. Like, if you look for like a big maple, this is a maple right here. But if you look for the oaks, they have like a symbiotic relationship with the mushrooms. And I'm like, holy shit, dude. I mean, this guy knows a lot about mushrooms. And then I'm also thinking like, aren't I taking the knack, which gets rid of the fungus in your brain supposedly according to 4chan. So like, is this just a guy that's trying to pill me on mushrooms right now when I'm trying to go opposite to that? I don't know. It was funny. Yeah, regardless.
Well, there's like a big documentary that came out recently about mushrooms on Netflix.
You did mention that a while ago, yeah. Did they talk about those concepts and stuff? Okay.
Yeah, the whole, like, Earth having tons of mycelium in it. Yeah, they talk about that, and then trees use it. And...
something I do think he's right about, though, which I don't know if it's just because of the speed, the acceleration of information that gets out there and things like that, or if it's people dissenting from the common narrative and becoming nonconformist. But he did say that, I wish I was young because I think that these mushrooms and this type of, like, using mushrooms for medicine is going to be the next big thing. Mm-hmm. Which I thought was interesting. I do see the rise in those sort of things. I mean, mushrooms are becoming legal in more areas, and the psilocybin mushroom specifically. Yeah. And he was talking about using it for, like, cancer treatments to prevent, like, fear of death and things like that. Oh, yeah. And you just accept it.
Yeah, I've been... No, he's just been watching... He was on Netflix, and he's like, I'm into mushrooms now.
Yeah. No, he actually said he's been him and his wife have been like looking for mushrooms for like 3 years. They just go into the woods and find mushrooms, and I don't know if it sounds like they sell them, they eat them, they make medicine out of them. And
dude, have you ever had like, because like, store-bought mushrooms, there's only like a few, right? If you go to like a ramen shop, they'll have, like the, like, what do you call them?
I know what you're talking
about. Ear mushrooms, and they have a few other ones. But have you ever had a morel?
I have not had a morel. Everybody talks about them.
They're so good.
My grandparents have this hilarious story where they were trying to find morels, and they went to this gas station that apparently, like, there was a guy there that sold morels, and they're like, yeah, this dude arrives every day from a van, and he sells morels out of his van, because it's something to do with, like, the legality of it, like, the morels have to be like prepared a certain way in order for you to sell them or something like that. I don't know, but they waited for this guy at this gas station. He pulls up in this random van, and he has like these freezer dried or like vacuum sealed morels, and then so they bought some of them, and then they bought like a wooden statue of a morel for some reason, and then they tried them, and they're like, these are fucking horrible. So I imagine if you had a fresh morel, it'd probably be good. Yeah, but the random dude in the van, it was funny.
So like in one of the first episodes, right, I talked about grouse hunting. Mm-hmm. So grouse hunting happens after the morels.
Okay.
Right. So, but there's this time where they line up. Okay. And so one of the best dishes that I remember like forever was like my dad, he got some grouse. I was a kid, and he got some morel mushrooms, and you put flour on the grouse, and you fry it in a pan with like butter and stuff, and you put the morels in it.
That was like amazing.
A fall symphony.
Oh man! All right, we're gonna do when that season comes up. We're doing a grouse hunting, morel hunting podcast. It's just you, me in the woods. I'm like, is that a grouse?
No, it's a morel.
Yeah. Oh shit, we need those too. One person's on morel duty. You can shoot the grouse. Yeah,
just scouring the ground. Yeah. Well, supposedly, like I've never been successful in morel hunting. I've been out a few times. Never, like, I guess once you find one, you find many.
It's because all these old people that are scouring.
Oh yeah,
they watched the Netflix documentary. They're like, yeah, they're like, it's $2 a pound. I can sell this to my local grocery store.
Well, like my uncles, they're like, they go up and specifically like walk miles in the woods just to like
find morels.
Yeah, so I mean, they have like their spots, but they've been saying that like if there's like a spot that you picked from say you picked from a spot this year, next year won't have any, but the year after it'll be back. Like it's some weird like rules that are made up.
Dude, I'm gonna become I'm gonna train my foraging skill by reading books about morels, and then I'll be prepared. The ancient wisdom of the books.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I spent a little bit of time getting into this book I got from the local Goodwill store, since 50 cents is a perfect price for books.
Yeah.
And I couldn't resist something with the title of, Do Penguins Have Knees? It's apparently part of a series called like the Imponderables series, where like they ask questions and then they have like experts like write in and answer them. And some of it was really funny. There are questions that have never been answered. Like one of them was like, why do we park in driveways and drive in parkways or something? But some of the other stuff was pretty interesting too. They're like, why are labels for magazines always upside down? And it's so that like usually like the postal carrier is more often than not statistically going to be right-handed, and when you grab a magazine you're more likely to grab it from the spine, so theoretically it's to make it easier for the mail carrier to grab it by the spine, and then since the magazine would already be up or basically upside down, they'd be able to read the address.
That makes sense, because I've seen like mail carriers like shoot a gun, and like whenever they loaded the magazine.
Yeah, it completely makes sense. So yeah, that was interesting. They also had like other stuff like, how do they keep beer cold in the old days? Like, well, they put it in streams or had like a mountain dugout or whatever, stuff like that. Just like really random questions that you never thought you'd want to know the answer to, but...
Do penguins have knees?
That's at the end of the book. I haven't got there yet,
wow.
apparently.
That's the last one. They really keep
that's
you...
the title, yeah. So they're going to keep me on edge for the whole book. Something else I thought was interesting that I didn't realize, I never thought about it, which is probably just our podcast in general. I never thought about it.
What?
No. But one of the things was like what happens to mail that doesn't have a return sender. And they can't deliver it to whatever it was addressed to. And apparently there are buildings across the United States that are called like dead letter offices.
Yeah.
And in the dead letter office, the employees of the mail system open up the mail, determine whether or not the piece of mail has any value. And then if it does, they auction it off. And if it doesn't, they throw it away.
Yeah.
So you can apparently get some pretty weird stuff from just the auctions of those places. But they're only in like certain big cities, which I thought was kind of interesting. But there's apparently like millions of mail that a year that doesn't, go through. So
yeah,
some of that was interesting.
With your wedding invite, we got that returned.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I never even got it.
Yeah, I completely forgot to give it to you.
And you know what's funny is that wasn't mailed to us, but I still get mail in this office from the previous tenants, even though we have the sign taken down outside. There's no, literally the only way they can deliver is by memory. Yeah. They have to have known that these people were here at this point and then physically slip it under my locked door. And then I have to deal with the mail.
Jesus. Well, so, dude, I mean, me and my soon wife are, we still deal with mail from, the people that used to live at our house. And it's been 2 years.
What do you even do with it? I mean,
you do a not at this address on the letter, and then you throw it back in the mailbox.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll just start doing that.
Yeah, because it's not ours.
Yeah, I've talked with the people that next door. They're still semi in contact with some of the previous tenants, but I hate having to give them all this mail and just being yeah, deal with it.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, this is yours.
Yeah,
your problem now. Psych.
Well, I think for businesses it might be different, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever the case, it's obnoxious.
Yeah, I mean, you run a laundry facility, so it's kind of hard to. I mean, you walk miles to talk to your neighbors.
Yeah, I have to literally go hundreds of miles on foot.
Yeah,
because I don't want to be in any contracts for cars anymore.
Yeah,
or phones. You contact me by hand delivering written letters.
There we go. Yeah, that's how I set up conversations with you. So.
Or the other secret way of putting it in rotting fruit and leaving it on the side of the road and I pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one really
As you drive by, you throw that orange that has the letter in it. No one's going to pick up rotting fruit.
No, except you.
Yeah, except me.
Yeah.
I know.
My laminated letters.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yes,
so, yeah.
I think you should briefly mention the passport debacle on here because I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, so basically...
I mean, not funny. It's horrible.
Oh, it's comedy gold. Yeah. So basically, right, we're going to Iceland.
Yeah, so you got the wedding in a couple days.
Yeah, I'm getting married in 2 days.
Yeah, for context, this is the heebie-jeebies, No. He's got jitters, no.
I'm shaking. I'm visibly shaking.
Yeah, he's shaking right now. No, 2 days before your wedding, and then a week before you would leave for Iceland for the honeymoon?
It'd be next Wednesday. If today's a Thursday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Next Wednesday. So, under a week, we have to leave for Iceland. So, Iceland. All right, we got we bought everything months ago, okay? But I recently got a text from the airlines saying that we need to put in our passport information so that way we can check in easier and all that stuff. So I go on Saturday to start putting in that information. So I scan my passport, all good. I go to scan my fiance's, and guess what? It's not good. And they don't really give you an error. They don't really say anything. They just say it's not valid. So it doesn't tell me anything. So you have to call. So I call the airlines. And they, I give them all the information. They're like, oh, the passport needs to be valid for 3 months after you leave. So her passport expires December 11th, 2022. We're leaving on September 14th. 2022. So this leaves 3 days where it's no longer valid. that we're missing it by just by a little bit. So yeah, so now we're panicking, and it's the weekend because that's when you do these things.
So everything's closed.
Yeah, every single United States any person who can expedite a passport, they're all closed. You can't contact them.
And on top of it, not only the weekend, it's a 3-day weekend because of Labor Day.
Yeah. So perfect weekend to do this.
To figure it out.
Yeah, thanks. It's United Airlines in case someone wants to blow up the plane.
No, we do not.
This was satire.
We're talking about in Minecraft.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, no, yeah.
So yeah, now you gotta get to the expedited.
Oh yeah. So basically, we find out on Monday. We call a bunch of places, Tuesday. We find out that you can try to get it expedited through like a courier, but it's A, really expensive, and B, it's not guaranteed to come back to you on time because what happens with a courier is they drop off your information, but they're not allowed to pick the passport up and deliver it back to you like they used to because of COVID laws. Ugh. So what would happen then is that it would be mailed to you.
Oh my God. So you have to rely on an already unreliable...
Yes, mail service. Of course, it's using United States Postal Service.
Yeah. Which is funny because in the Do Penguins Have Knees, they mention one of the imponderable question is why does the United States government use UPS to ship coins? Yeah. And it's because it's cheaper, already insured, and more effective than the United States Postal System. Which is fucking hilarious.
Jesus. But yeah, so the only real way, is there's certain agencies that will take you in if it's an emergency or if you just ran out of time and they have an appointment open. So we call this place, and the only one available to us that we can get to is on Monday, which is 2 days before our trip. And it's in it's like 4 states over. Basically. It's in Buffalo, New York. Yeah. Which is not where we live. So we gotta fly to Buffalo. We gotta go to Buffalo, spend the night, wake up, go to the appointment, and just hope that within that day they give us a passport and then we can go home.
Dude, you're gonna get to this office and it's gonna be some pencil pushing midwit that's just so what do you need done? You're like, I need a passport because in 2 days I'm gonna get on a plane and go to a country I've never been to before. And they're like, yeah, hold on, let me see if I can talk to my manager about this.
Oh yeah, and also, can I withdraw my gold here? And they're like,
they were like, I heard New York has this really big banking system. Yeah, we're on Wall Street. Can I withdraw my gold?
So, so that's gonna be good. We're gonna see how it goes. From everything that I've heard and all the people that we talk to, it seems like once you show up at that office and as long as all the paperwork is good, within 2 or 3 hours they call you back to the office and you get your passport.
Perfect, dude.
So I don't think it'll be that bad, but it's still on top of wedding, right? And then on Tuesday when this all happened, my work just has decided to blow up. So I'm taking phone calls. I think I took I looked at the end of Tuesday. I took 30 something phone calls, and just it just was nonstop garbage constantly happening. On top of that, I had to go and do stuff during the day. So it was just I was just dead.
So you're working the 3-day weekend offset, basically your ability to do anything about this passport thing, and then on top of it, you're lacking sleep from the planning, the preparing, just everything. Yeah, it sounds overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's your little perfect storm.
Yeah, and it's of course this had to all pile on 3 days before a wedding. Just.
Yeah, I was mentioning some of this briefly to Jade, and she was like, yo, you gotta tell him to take an edible or something.
I gotta work at night, man.
This is so funny.
Oh. But yeah, so, I got to work today. And that's cool. That's fine. Because here's what I've been doing at work. I've been almost falling asleep and playing video games because they laid off like half the employees there.
Oh, wow. Any particular reason or?
Super slow. Like normally during like busy times they make like on second shift they'll make 2 or 3 cars a day. Mm-hmm. Let's say right now they're doing like 0.5 because there's nothing else to do. So like on day shift they do half of it. On night shift they do the other half. Like normally they do way more than that. So it's like just get rid of all those extras. So we don't need them now. So it's like,
They can only afford to keep on salary the good gamers.
Yeah.
The people that can really play video games.
I'll tell you what, not even. Because it's union, it's seniority based.
Even better.
So, and they get to go home with like 3/4 of their pay still being paid to them. Yeah. And they get to sit at home.
Honestly, amazing.
These guys that like got laid off like,
I totally understand why Amazon uses diversity to prevent people from forming unions.
Yes.
Because otherwise they couldn't be a ruthless business that they are and make as much money.
Yeah.
At the expense of their workers.
Jesus. But yeah, so, I actually slept a bunch this morning, which is why,
Yeah, I sent you a message, literally as soon as I could, because I was like, if he's not getting any sleep, he might just be up, so...
Yeah. I thought I was going to... Because, I've been waking up at, 6, and just, immediately going, okay, what do I gotta do to... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, just real quick, just in case any of the people that I'm talking about that I work with... hear this, all right? This is the 4th time that you've called me, and I work night shift, and you call me at 6:30 in the morning? You expect me to pick that up? I'm not. And every time that I've picked up the phone, because I've done it in the past, I'm like, oh, the phone's ringing. Oh, maybe it's emergency. I pick it up. He's like, oh, sorry, man. I didn't remember that you were working night shift. He said the same words 4 times.
But he still calls you.
Yeah. I'm not picking up anymore. Not doing it.
Yeah. You're just sleeping. Put it on silent.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Somehow it got off silent. I don't know how that happened. But for that day, God had decided.
It's like, Samuel, you must sleep.
But not on this day.
Yeah, not on this day.
So yeah, I got some Americanos.
That's good. Yeah, that was great. I downed mine fairly quickly.
Yeah. Mine, it stays super hot in there, so I can only... It's really good for me.
You can only sip it, basically.
You ever have nice coffee?
Yeah.
I can drink it way too fast.
That's true. We have a cold brew in the fridge, but it's decaf, so you don't got to worry about that.
Yeah.
Just get the coffee flavor.
So, I do like coffee flavor, but there's a really good... You ever have boba?
You're talking about bubble
tea. Yeah. Yeah, so they have one of the places that we've gone has coffee boba.
Yeah.
And that with taro is so good.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever had that before. I've had different forms of boba. I really like the tapioca and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But
never had the coffee.
Never the coffee ones.
Coffee.
I'm just gonna start chewing coffee beans at some point.
There you go. Right?
Yeah. Think about nectar of productivity, dude. Just
you're good to go.
Out, yeah. I'm hitting the next dimension. Catch me on the decline.
You know what? Next time, all right. In Hawaii, they sell coffee beans. They're just coated in chocolate.
They sell that at most places, don't they?
Do they?
I mean, yeah.
I've never seen them here.
I see them if you go to the higher end grocery stores, they're in there. Yeah, they're in the candy section.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
I had some with dark chocolate. Oh, it's you eat. I would for a while. I was working, and I would for breakfast. I would just eat 4 of those or so, and I'd be I'm good to go.
You're good. You're I gotta go to the bathroom now, but
yeah.
But I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh man, what else have you been up to besides preparing everything for the wedding?
My beautiful fiance.
Yeah.
She has been preparing and prepping for months, and I can tell that she's slowly getting relieved. where she's like, everything's just, I just gotta ride it out, and I'm like getting the opposite, because that's how I was for a long time, right?
Yeah.
But over the weekend, we did a bunch of stuff. I took her out. I took my girlfriend out for the last time.
Yeah. Sick of this fucking chick.
So we went out to a nice restaurant,
That's
the hibachi place down the road.
Okay.
It was pretty good. You know, we sat there and enjoyed it. There was like, I think there's something wrong with me because like,
Good start.
Yeah, the hibachi place, right? You share a table.
Yeah.
So there's two of us. There's 2, 4.
I know exactly what you're talking about. There's like random people. Yeah.
So there's 8 seats, right? So they got to fill them out, right? The people that sat next to us had like a kid, had 2 kids. Actually, what it seemed like is it was a kid and his friend. Because like the one kid didn't really have like the parent thing going on, but the other kid did. So I don't know. But anyway,
one of the kids just looked like he was adopted or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bastardized child.
Well, they both look like they were adopted, actually. Yeah. The dad had like brown hair, the mom had brown hair, and then both the kids were like neon blonde. I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was like, I ordered a beer because like as soon as I sat down, this kid sat down. He weirdly like stared at me a lot.
Yeah.
And I was confused by that. And I would like look back and he would like look away like, what's going on? Yeah. And then I look across from me and the guy that was across from me, which was also a weird person because I couldn't tell if he was going out to dinner with his mom and he was like 26 or if it was his girlfriend. But like the way that they talked and communicated and they like took photos together, but it wasn't like they were close. It's kind of like a weird relationship probably, and they're probably dating, but I don't know. Anyway, he was also staring at me, just weirdly. And also he didn't order for himself like a kid. So that's why I was like, maybe it's, I don't know. I got stared at a lot. At least I felt like I was. And so I was like, I'm just going to drink my beer quickly so I feel drunk and then I stop caring about that. And yeah, so I don't know what it was about that. Like, is there something that's very stareable?
Yeah,
I don't know.
There's secret FBI agents that are trying to make you feel anxious so that you spend more money in Amazon. So,
that's what it is.
They put them in all those places to look at you awkwardly, and they're like, we got to make sure this man consumes more alcohol so he stops feeling anxious.
They're like, here, go eat a $30 dinner on the bill of the FBI. Here you go. Yeah. Just stare at that guy for me.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see anything stareable. Were you wearing anything weird?
No.
Did you have like your Mr. Beast shirt on or something?
Mr. Beast?
Kids are like, I know that
guy. No, I was wearing a nice button-up shirt.
Okay.
You know, a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
I thought, I looked pretty snazzy. I was wearing all black. Maybe that's what it was.
I don't know, man. Maybe they're just like NPCs or something, and they couldn't handle somebody with like more consciousness than them.
Chad.
Yeah, they.
You know what it was?
They sense it.
You know what else it could have been? I shaved, right?
Yeah.
I shaved and I got a haircut, so it could have been the fact that I was freshly shaved. Like I had 0 hair and I ordered a beer maybe. Maybe I looked too young. They're like,
that's true.
She didn't ID him.
Yeah.
But like my fiance, she's like, I'm driving. She's like, I'm getting 3 drinks.
You're like, okay.
So, but yeah, that was my girlfriend date.
Wow, that's cool. The final one.
Yeah.
And then you're free. No.
Yeah.
Wait.
Paid the hall for the reception.
That's good.
Yep. And then my fiance spent the whole weekend handwriting this the seating chart. Like literally.
Yeah, speaking of which, how was that? I didn't honestly care where I was put. I just thought it was funny that you were like having to deal with it.
Yeah, well, so like there's certain people that are undesirable.
That's a way to put it.
No, I mean like everybody that comes to the wedding, I want them to be there, right?
Yeah.
But it's just
sometimes,
like
no.
yeah, so a little bit. But it's like certain people don't get along with other people. And so I was trying to mix and match, but I'm like I don't want to sit this person next to anyone that they wouldn't like, and there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
And so it was like do I split up? Because originally I was going to have more work people, and so there's going to be like a work people table that I was going to put some people at, and then there was just going to be like the rest of like the friends that were going to go on another table. But less work people showed up, so I had less people for the friend table. I'm like, well, I'd rather have a full work person table. So filled up the work table, and then like the rest went to the friend table. And so the friend table only has like 5 people on it. They're the smallest table, and it's just like, well, it's unfortunate that I couldn't get a full table for them, but it's like, I don't know where else to put you.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It's interesting to consider all of that, especially when you have like a couple hundred people coming or something.
Yeah, we got a couple hundred.
I don't know,
150.
100. That's still big. I mean, I wasn't that far off. 50 people off.
Yeah. Well, so originally we got 175. Oh, okay. That was what we quoted.
Yeah.
And so they charge us for 175. So if you want, because we're going to Buffalo, they're going to give us all the leftovers. If you want more dinners. Mm-hmm. Let me know. I'll have a ton of it.
Yeah, I'm just going to bring people off the street. I want to make your wedding interesting. I want to find the nearest homeless shelter and just bust them over.
Come on in, boys.
Yeah. Like, my buddy, he needs a good wedding. We need some new blood in here. Come on, guys. So I'm like, Bob, drag your friend over there. He looks like he's having withdrawal problems. But, there's a dinner. We got some shaved almonds on there. He's going to love these green beans, brother.
Yeah. So, we're having, did I tell you what we're having?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's something with green beans and shaved almonds on it.
It could.
I'm not sure. I think I was reading about the banquet hall or something.
Yeah.
I remember looking it up, and I think that's what I saw.
That was what was on the front.
Yeah.
Well, so we're having short rib and like sesame chicken.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, we had a sample of delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so it's gonna be good food. We know that much, but I mean, like, yeah. So I got to do like a little speech.
Yeah.
Would you like to hear what my plan is?
Let's hear what you have prepared for your. You have it memorized?
Yeah. So basically, I have the best man.
Okay.
And then the best groom, woman, whatever.
And wait, who's your best man again? Your cousin.
My cousin.
Right?
Okay. Yes. So he's. I told him, like, we can keep the speeches short. I don't. To me, I don't know if you've ever been to a wedding where the best man does like a really long, terrible speech.
I've been to one of my cousin's weddings, and the best man did a horrible short speech.
Okay.
And that best man was the brother of my cousin.
Jesus.
There was another cousin, and I was like, dude, we should have retconned this. Just somebody else wrote this.
Yeah, but this is why I want to look at those speeches. But I'm whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
After that happens, I got a banger. Okay, so here's
your banger.
I don't know if I should spoil it for you because you're gonna hear it live.
I can pretend laugh super hard. It's fine. I'll be like,
it's either that. It's either that, or I'll be like, I'll chicken out last minute and be like, thanks for coming. Put the mic down.
You hear it like clatter.
Yeah. Yeah, I drop it right in front of the speaker.
It goes into your mashed potatoes. You're like, oh my god. Is this gonna ruin my deposit?
My deposit. But anyway, so here's the plan. I'm gonna grab the microphone.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna go like. So, just want to thank everybody for coming out. You really glad to see everybody. Just had a quick little speech. I had a dream about this moment right now where I was here. I had my family around me. And I said the perfect words in my dream. And I wanted to say those here today. Thank you all for coming. Let's eat some food.
Honestly, dude, you have to do that. That's amazing. Honestly, I was like, where is it going to go? No, that's honestly perfect.
Yeah. because I don't want to go on about it. I just wanted to, just say thanks.
Quick. Yeah. I guess it depends on how bad your cousin's speech is, and then that's what you got to decide whether you're gonna.
Yeah, if it was a bad speech, then like the crowd's not warm.
Yeah, and then you gotta.
I just go like, thank you guys.
Yeah. I love the idea of you just throwing the mic after each one of these successive hypothetical situations. Because the more you mime it, the more I think like, oh my god, he's gonna actually throw this mic and it's just gonna fucking slam on the table. Yeah.
Well, so, and then the after I say, let's eat, I'm gonna then have to pick the mic back up and be like, we're gonna go to my grandma for grace.
I see.
And then my grandma, she's really good. She does like really thoughtful, like thought-provoking, good words.
Yeah.
Which is why we chose her. The side effect, though, is that she cannot make it through 0.2 seconds of grace without crying. So
wait, she just cries every time she gives grace?
Yeah. Yeah, because she always does like a really thoughtful one. So she's like, we have so much family, and like it's just like she's
the worst decision for. I'll do grace, bro.
No, you'll see. She's the best decision. Okay, my grandma is she's really good at it, even though she cries.
I'll make sure I'll go over there and pat her on the back as she's doing it.
I'm gonna give her a hug. All right, that's the plan. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know if that was a good idea or bad idea. Maybe you saying it was a bad idea and no one in my family saying any opinions was bad.
I'm just making a joke. It doesn't matter. I know. Fine. It's your grandma, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, so I mean, like...
And besides, you can just, like, verbally berate her for crying if you really have to. Like, Grandma's not fucking crying! You're ruining my wedding!
And I dropped the mic and
You're like, look, you point to the soundboard guy and you're like doing the cut off thing as she starts crying. You're like, cut her off. It's like, and now for some tunes. Like, hit me with the top 100 pop song chart, brother.
And he just plays like dubstep.
Yeah, that's right. Let's fade Grandma out.
And not a DJ Mike for Grace. Yeah. I'm gonna come. Oh, God. To church.
Has anybody tried this food? God. Did you get a DJ for your wedding? Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So, as it ends up, DJs are kind of like the conductors of the wedding.
Okay.
So, like, it makes sense, right? Because the guy has all the speakers.
Yeah.
So, it's like, you kind of tell him, and he works with the photographer of, like, what we're doing. So, it's like, whenever we walk in, we got to cut the cake. Then we sit down, do speeches. Mm-hmm. And then, like, the best people get the microphones. And then I get the microphone, and then my grandma gets the microphone, right? So he's got to kind of like
so essentially you have like an itinerary, and then they go through it step by step, basically, a little schedule.
Yeah, and then so I mean, like, all right, so we have like all that going on. We got after all the speeches, all that stuff, we sit down. We're gonna eat food, and then eat. We're going to eat, and then I think we're going to go dance. Like, me and Rebecca are going to go dance. And then after the dance, we go... then we dance with our parents. This is where it gets awkward again. For me, anyways, I'm not... I like dancing. I really do. But I feel like I always got to, like, practice in order to, like, actually get decent at it. So I got to dance with my mom, who I've never danced with before. And, like, I don't know. If you think about dancing with your mom, are you like, oh, yeah, that's fine?
I'm like, no, that's the weirdest thing ever. I would never do that.
So I got to do that.
I mean, don't they usually just have, like, the father-daughter dance? I never thought they did the, like,
no, they do
male.
Both.
Really? They do that one, too? That's strange.
It is. So I'm going to do that.
Like, oh, my mom's passing me off to another woman.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The other weird part is that my mom's like this tall.
Oh, yeah. So that's like a foot difference for people in audio.
Yeah.
Since we're not a...
Yeah, I'm 6 foot. She's like 5. So it's like, I have to, normally, here, this is what I can like lean on her shoulder. Like, and lean over. You know what I mean? So she's pretty short. It's going to be a little rough.
Yeah, that'd be strange for sure.
And like with zero practice, we're just going to go out there and just do it. Like zero talking. Yeah. We picked a song and that is as far as it's gone. So it's just like in my head, I'm like, this is going to be the weirdest part, you know? And then my mom, so like we're going to get photos and we're not doing the whole song. I told them, like we basically said the DJ, like cap it out, 1.5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like if the photographer goes like thumbs up, we're done. Cut the song.
Yeah, I guess the reason that some of that probably feels weird is because, like you said, there was no practice for it. But I'm sure it'll all go fine. It doesn't matter. I mean, what's the worst? I mean, even if you think of the worst possible scenario, somebody falls.
Yeah,
I mean, that's it.
It's just like still like you have to go through like the cringe of like. To me, thinking about it is worse than doing it. If I was able to do it right now, I'd be fine.
Yeah, because you just do it and get it out of the way, basically.
Yeah, but because I have the opportunity to sit here and think about it and overthink it and junk like that, I can sit here and be like, oh yeah, that's going to be cringy, whatever.
Yeah. It's always the anxiety of fear of like what could happen, or like thinking about it.
Yeah.
So, is that something you just decided you wanted to do? Did Rebecca want to do it too, or what?
I mean, like she kind of. She was doing the dance with her dad, and she just assumed I would do it with my mom. I'm like, okay. So, pretty much, we just kind of just went like, all right, that's fine.
I see.
So then what else? Oh, so then we have dances. And then after the dances, we're going to have the married, like, who's the oldest couple here dance, if you know that one.
I've never heard of that.
So you have everybody report to every married couple report to the dance floor. Everybody does, it's like a slow dance, and then the DJ will go like, all right, anybody married under a year, get off the dance floor. And then he throws the mic on the ground, and then everybody like that is under a year gets off the floor.
I've never heard of anyone doing that. That's pretty weird and interesting at the same time.
Yeah, and then so like it goes all the way until like, like anybody 60 years married. Oh, there's one couple and everybody goes like, yay! And then that's the end of that one.
That'd be really funny if somebody was just, or like they just couldn't hear. Like they're just an old couple dancing together and they're like, all right, anybody married 50 years? 51 years, 52 years, 53 years, and they're just like still dancing, and this guy just like keeps pausing in between each one. They're not getting off the stage. He's like, he checks his watch, like, we got something.
Looks like you win. Yeah. But so it's that's like a traditional thing in my family and in Rebecca's. So we're doing that one, and then from there. Everybody else gets to just chill.
Wait, hold on. Another bit that I thought of just briefly before you go to the next thing.
Imagine. Let me stop you right there.
Yeah, hold on. Before you get back,
give me the microphone.
For some reason, I just imagined like the DJ being kind of like a shit poster. And he's like, all right, anyone married under 1 year, and then like there's a bunch of people that get off the stage, and he's like, statistically, 55% of these people are going to be getting a divorce. So make sure you watch and place your bets. I'm gambling myself. This couple over here in the red. No. Oh, man. And then like it gets like 30 years and he's just like berating them like, why didn't you get a divorce? I mean, you guys don't even look like you enjoy dancing together. What's the point? Like anyways. Yeah.
So
the dance,
do the dance, and then after that dance floor opens up to whoever.
Yeah.
You can freely do whatever you want. The bar is open.
Okay.
I wanted to put my rowdy cousins that would enjoy the open bar towards the bar, but actually I put them the farthest away from the bar due to seating, I guess. And so, they're going to be traveling a lot.
Honestly, I kind of like that more because they're the rowdiest. and they have to travel the most distance, like most surface area.
Yeah.
So that means that like they're gonna have to like engage with people more. I don't know. It seems like a good decision. You
are like are on like the third closest table to the bar.
Okay.
So that, you know.
Yeah, I haven't decided whether or not I'm gonna drink. I think I'm gonna I'm gonna decide as we go.
If you don't, just bring me. I'm planning on rum and cokes for me.
Yeah. So you want me to bring you rum and cokes?
I'm sure someone else will be doing it, but you know. But yeah. So like yeah. So anyways, everybody's gonna be free except me and Rebecca. We have to go around to each table and be like, "Oh, just want thank you guys for coming. How's it going? Yeah, food was good, right? Yeah." And then we go to the next table and then we go like, "Hey, how's it going? Oh, thanks for coming. Food was good, yeah? Yeah."
You just have like all these like phatic expressions and like you just have like a little index cards like the food, the weather. Haven't seen you in X amount of years. It's great to see you again. Thank you for your kindness and showing up. COVID sucked, yeah.
Yeah. No, that was I mean like dude, it was going to every table. To me, that's going to be the worst one because there's aunts and uncles that I have only seen like 4 times in my life.
Yeah.
And like they're at tables and I'm going to walk over there and be like, "Hi, aunt."
Dude, you need to come up with a hand signal that you can use, and I'll just watch you when you go to these tables, and then when you need to be saved from the table, I'll be like, "Oh, Sam, somebody over here wants to talk to you. I just wanted to," and then I'll just pull you from the table.
And I'll just leave Rebecca with the people that she doesn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, just outcast, and then I can have Jade save Rebecca shortly after.
There you go.
And then it'll just look like you're busy because other people are coming to get you. But and since it'll only be me from like in each different table, it won't be like the same. Like they won't notice the thing at all because it'll just be the one time I pull you away.
Yeah.
So yeah, just give me like the white power symbol or something, or that. Reach for the stars.
Yeah. Just do some Hitler salutes.
Yeah, or if you just hold the 2 behind your head.
Yeah.
I'll be watching. Yeah. I'll come over there and be like, "Sam, here, somebody over here wants to..."
But yeah,
the DJ is having some problems with the soundstage, if you can come over here.
Yeah, I'm a audio fixer.
Yeah.
Let me go.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so, like, I was talking to my groomsman.
Mm-hmm.
My best man has, like, all the work. And then, like, the other 2 just have to look pretty.
Yeah, basically.
Like, they just show up and they just go like, "Heh." And that's it. They just have to be there for photos. It's like... we have a bus. Right?
A bus.
Yeah, so we're going to get on, like, a limo bus thing.
I was going to ask, who's your DD? Is it the bus /
Oh, no, I'm driving home.
Oh, okay.
We also have a hotel room that's attached. Like, it's not ours, but, like, I could get one. But I don't plan on drinking that much. I plan on drinking early on the bus, pretty much. And then slowly tapering off. And yeah. But anyway, the bus, it's going to take us from, like, the church to where we're going to take photos to the reception. And so, like, on the bus, because of Rebecca's work, she like, we got a bunch of free stuff. Like, they're like, okay, you get champagne, you get a sign, you get, like, I don't know. We basically got a bunch of free stuff on the bus. So I think we're going to get pretty cronked.
Yeah.
On the bus.
So your thing is at 1, and then the reception's at like 5, isn't it? Or
5:30.
5:30. How long are you going to get there early? Is that what it is?
No, we're going to be there at like 6.
Oh, okay.
So we have like there'll be like a bunch of like plates there'll be a bunch of like snacks. So for anybody who shows up at 5:30, which I think will be quite a few people.
Yeah, probably.
There's like a room with like a bunch of we picked 4 appetizers. And so there'll be a bunch of those, you can eat those and all that. And then I think at like, because we're going to get there around like 6:10. So I think like 5:50, everybody will go find their seats.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to turn this into a logistics podcast. I was just curious what the inner workings of the wedding are.
Yeah, because like I always hate it whenever there's time in between, right? But like it kind of has to be done that way.
It's okay if they just drive the bus around the reception for a couple hours while you guys get cronked, then... Yeah. You're like, bus driver, one more loop around, baby! Oh, my cousin brought a joint, dude.
No,
it's sky high.
Oh my god, dude. I tried so hard. One of the guys that I work with is like, dude, I'm gonna bring you some good weed. I'm like, I don't. What are you gonna do? Put it in a box and put it on a table? It just reeks. Like, I appreciate a gift, but
yeah, please put it in brownie form so I can eat it.
Yeah, do something.
Grandma's like, "Oh, brownies," and she goes to give Grace, and she's like, "I've never seen these colors before." I'm just so thankful. Oh, I can see Jesus in front of me. Feel the Lord within my soul. Like, so, Grandma, please. Who gave Grandma the brownies? My worker's like sitting in shame.
But yeah, no, his whole plan was to get really high at my wedding. And I'm like, sure, go outside. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
you're like, dude, whatever you have fun doing. He's like, just pull your laptop up and start playing Apex Legends. Whatever, dude.
Yeah, by the pool.
Yeah, by the pool. I don't care, dog.
Yeah. No, it's just like I'm like, yeah, cool. Like, I think his perception of what the wedding is going to be is just different from what it actually, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's probably true. I'm sure, you know.
He was saying that he's gone to a wedding with, like, you know, cool side of his family where, like, in the centerpieces they had joints to just light up.
I'm not sure if I would call that the cool side of your family.
Yeah, well, at least the stoner side.
Yeah, the stoner side.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, he was like, oh, yeah, all weddings should be this way.
Yeah, this is the way we need it.
Yeah, so...
Dude, if they don't have at least an ounce of crack on the table...
Gotta get some glass, bro.
Yeah. Uncle Dale brought some PCP, bro. He's getting government PCP, dude.
It's like you talk to the reception hall, you're like, we want an opium den?
Yeah.
Can we do an opium den?
It's like, oh, dude, cousin Jilly Billy Bob Joe brought fucking his Adderall prescription. He's been saving up for 6 months.
You put like 10 pills on every table, like they're just scattered about, like.
Yeah, the staff like come in at the wedding and be like, how's it going out there? Like, is everything going fine? I don't hear anything. And they're like, yeah, go look, and everybody's just like staring. Some people like decided to like do their taxes early.
Oh no, this is a good time to work.
Yeah.
I brought my laptop.
I'm like, can you pull up that Excel spreadsheet? I have a little bit of work I want to do before we get back to this wedding here.
You know what? Why don't we file our taxes right now?
Yeah. Hey, you know, I always hear there's two big moments. There's like the people that do it early and the people who do it last minute. And I just really want to be in the middle here. I really want to help out the IRS.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Hey, we got time. Is everybody going to get over here? Yeah, go. Can I get a drink of water, please? Thanks.
Nah. I'm getting crunked.
Yeah.
On some water. But, yeah, so that's going to be the wedding. I've talked about it like 7 times.
Yeah.
But the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, okay, we have like, there's a plan, you know. For like the actual like wedding part at the church, we have like a practice run tomorrow. And so like in my head, I'm like, I don't even have to think about that because we're gonna run through the practice and I'll be good to go. But like the reception, that's all like by the wind, you know, like whatever happens.
I can't imagine it going bad. I mean, you guys got everything planned. Rebecca seems like she's got everything in order.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
I think it'll be good.
What is your like worst worry for the wedding? I mean, you mentioned in the past that you were like worried that people wouldn't have fun, which I doubt.
I think people are gonna have fun. Yeah. I think my dumb speech. I'm hoping that my dumb speech is pretty hype.
Dude, it's hype. It is hype. Yeah.
Yeah. Rebecca laughed at it, which is always a good sign.
Yeah. If she finds it funny, that's all that matters. Honestly, yeah. I find it actually hilarious. So yeah. So I mean, like. I'm not even worried about the wedding now. It's all the stuff I got to do afterwards and the constant threat of like, okay, we got to make a flight the day after. We're going to be tired. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Whatever. But we're going to go to Buffalo and, you know, we're going to go eat at a restaurant, maybe go to a brewery.
Yeah, honestly, in all of the adversity and suffering, I'm sure there is seeds of interesting things that can be done. And you're going to go to New York. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Buffalo is next to Niagara Falls.
Oh, okay, even better, yeah.
Yeah, so, but I was told not to stay out after dark. So I don't know what kind of city Buffalo is, but maybe we don't go out and drink.
Who gave you that advice?
My mom.
Oh, okay.
She's a travel agent.
You said she was a travel. Honestly, I trust your mom's advice, but who knows?
I think we're like in the downtown area.
Yeah.
I think we'd be fine.
I mean, it's better than your mom being like, bring a gun.
On a flight. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, concealed carry.
So, but yeah, no, I mean, like, realistically, the Buffalo thing, I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be awesome.
It's just having luckily today, no work calls.
Yeah.
I haven't had to think about work or anything today, so it's like, I just gotta show up at 2:00 and just coast.
Yeah, you just gotta play pocket tanks, bro.
Dude,
8 hours.
We're beyond pocket tanks. I bring in my Steam Deck now.
Oh,
and
my God.
I've beaten all of XCOM 2. I'm moving on to Yakuza now.
Oh, my God.
I get like one phone call a day where they're like, can you come out and help us with this? I walk out there, fix it, and then walk back to my Yakuza or XCOM or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not getting my steps in anymore.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately. But
yeah, I was going to say, we didn't go to the gym today. How are you going to manage?
I think I'm going to
do some push-ups on the flight.
There we go.
Work, yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, my workout schedule is going to be screwed, dude, because, like, Iceland, I mean, I'm going to be walking a lot, and foreign countries typically have healthier foods than the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think I'll be, like, fine.
Mm.
But, you know, over the next week, I'm not going to the gym because I'm going to be in Buffalo. And then, like, this week, maybe I do something either tonight or tomorrow. But, like, I was just going to do some, like, core exercises and junk. So,
honestly, we'll just do, like, a calisthenics routine at your reception.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, get everybody warmed up.
Yeah. Well, it'll be, like, at the end of the night, and then I'll be like, all right, Sam, you got to get your exercise in so that you're actually tired so you can wake up tomorrow on time. And you're like, all right, sweet. And then we just do, like, a focus group exercise thing. Like, you and I would get on stage and be like, all right, so now you want to tense your knees here. And you want to go down to get about, like, a 90-degree between this area. Yeah, see that right ankle? Okay, now we're going to go up, breathe, and out.
I brought in a sled for everyone to pull.
No, there's just a community sled. It's got hundreds of pounds of weight on it. You're like, we're gonna test our strength as a family.
We have a ton on this.
If we can't pull this, our familiar ties are just gone.
Yeah,
bad.
I had this idea if, like, you know, a long time ago, I thought about what, like, a cool backup wedding would be, like, if the hall just exploded, right, and we couldn't get our money back. Whatever. I would do it, like, out in the country where nothing matters and it's cheap, right? And I would have a rope, just a rope for, like, tug of war, just because. I wouldn't specifically say anybody to use it, but I know it would be used.
Of course,
you know what I mean? Like, families are very like, oh, we're gonna fight them with the rope?
Yeah.
It's
like, I always hated your fucking stepmother's family.
Everybody's wearing, like, suits and, like,
get them on that side of the rope.
Get a bunch of, like, grass burns.
It's finally time to settle our differences.
But yeah, other than the table that I had to, like, separate out from everyone, I had one other uncle that doesn't get along with another uncle, and I separated those. That was an easier one than the other one, but I don't know why I wanted to mention that, but you know.
Yeah, you're like, they're like, in case these uncles listen to this podcast, I know you. I know who you like.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's
yeah, make sure you advertise the podcast to all your family members on your wedding.
Yeah,
we need
viewers. Like, yeah. After I say, like, thanks for coming, watch Roving Slant, and then I actually put the mic down.
God, could you imagine? They get to episode 3 and they're like, I don't understand this dick-sucking Ouroboros joke.
Maybe we put, like, if you want, right, what we do is we put QR codes.
Oh my God.
That'll lead to, like, episode, like, 10 or something.
Yeah.
Just on the table, just be like, what is this?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's like those people that sticker their territory with, like, Instagram.
Yeah.
They go through, like, the McDonald's drive-thru and they slap it on the brick before you get to the window.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna check out that Instagram that somebody put on this wall here. They just sticker tagged it.
I totally want to check out a QR code someone put on a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Tired. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, beyond everything, my biggest thing that I want to like focus on is just being present on the wedding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when I'm standing at the end of this aisle, just be there. You know, I got to memorize my vows, but like...
Yeah, this is where the true power of now comes in, right?
Yeah, I gotta literally, I just want to be there. I want to be present for it. I just want to be like, you know, focused. I don't want to be tired. I don't want to be anything. I'm going to go like this. This is all I need to think about.
Yeah.
You know, at the reception, I just want to sit there and be like, we made it. It's almost over. You know, it's like, everybody's here. This is great.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah. Yeah.
I'll just yell now repeatedly so you remember.
Yeah.
You'll be like, I'll look into your eyes from like across the room and I'll see you. Like, you're like, oh God, I gotta go on the plane. I gotta get to bed. I gotta go to New York. And I'm just gonna be like, now! And you're just gonna be like, oh, I'm here. I'm present.
Present.
Yeah.
I just say present.
The prison of my mind has been unlocked.
But yeah, no, it's been hard to focus on, you know, anything due to how much stuff. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, anyways, dude.
Oh, I'm trying to think of anything else that even happened in my life.
Yeah, I can just start talking about making videos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. So, video making, it's been a while since I've done it, like an actual video that I plan out.
Yeah.
And, dude, having to think in cinematic shots of, like, framing things and, like, I was like, oh, I kind of wanted to start here. And then I was like, well, that doesn't make sense because I haven't set up this shot. So then I started like adding shots to set up that shot, and then when I started filming, I was like, wait, this actually doesn't work practically because like I want to get shots of my typewriter, but I was like, everything's in the way. You can barely see what the text is, even though in movies it always looks like you can see it. You can't. So that was pretty interesting. I suppose I could have just took the top of it now that I think about it, but anyways, yeah, setting up shots and stuff, that was interesting. Thinking about it from that perspective was interesting. Going through and actually doing different shots in nature and then realizing that they're completely shit and then figuring out how to use stabilization software to like stabilize it was interesting.
You just get a gimbal for your...
Yeah, if only that wasn't $500.
Yeah, come on. Well, you could... I don't know if you could print one out on a 3D printer.
Honestly, I doubt it would work that well. I'm not sure though, you know.
I mean, it's just a gyroscope, so you just need something that's like balanced.
Yeah, if there's a will, there's a way. If you have a gyro and then you have like a counterbalance, I'm sure it could work.
Yeah.
I was also since I was like, man, I really enjoy this and I'm gonna make more videos. I was like, okay, I need to start reading about like practical effects and stuff because I want to do like different things.
Yeah.
And I like the more artistic side of it too. I don't just want to be one of those people that are like sit in front of a camera on YouTube and like, what's up guys? Here's the green screen. Here's how I feel about this.
3 years later, you're just like, let's react to Hatsumi Miku.
Hey, William Johnson still in front of the same fucking background instead of like reacting to popular YouTube videos. It's just TikTok stuff. Dude, I watched one of those recently and he's like, wow, this waiter can carry like 20 plates. Oh my God, that's impressive. Look how awesome this is. And he's like, I couldn't do this. And it has like 2 million views.
Wow.
It was like 20 seconds of that.
That's epic.
Yeah. And so I'm like, dude, I never want to be that. So if I become that, just fucking shoot me. Just end my life.
I won't be able to because you have a man.
But so I was looking up like practical effects and stuff like that, and I got this old book for special effects, and some of them are like a lot more interesting than I would have ever imagined. Like they were talking about when you have a shot of like something like driving into a camera, like a train or like a car or something. Obviously, you don't want it to destroy the camera, so they use a mirror. They like film the mirror, and then they have a train physically run into a mirror and stuff like that, and then like. Certain locations, if they don't have like the architecture they're looking for, they put a piece of glass in front of the camera and they have an artist paint the architecture onto the shot, and then they take the shot through the glass.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Obviously, some of those aren't practical. Like it costs more resources to do some of those things now than if you were to just do it with like the editing software we have. Like I could just overlay something that would look more realistic with tracking and stuff. For that particular thing, but it still has its applications, especially the mirror shot. And they were saying that if you don't have like a some sort of like dolly or like track thing for like pan shots or whatever, you could just use a wheelchair and just put the camera on there and wheel the wheelchair and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now I'm starting to think in like, how do I take shots? How do I set up these shots and stuff like that?
Damn.
So I'm gonna try for something artsy, and then I got dumb ideas. I have a video with you that I want to do.
I'm ready.
I think you'll like. It's gonna be brewing an elixir of productivity.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah. So
taking the productivity potion at 2 a.m.
Yeah. And we're gonna record the effects of what happens to us. It'll just be us preparing it. You're gonna be like, why are you adding this in there? And then I'm gonna be like, don't worry. And then we're just gonna sit down and I'm gonna be like, do you think you can do work in this current state? We're just gonna be like sweating.
And just sweating and staring at the wall.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to see if I can even physically upload what I want to do, because there are some things that I want to put in this drink that YouTube might not approve of. Yeah, but you'll find it funny.
I think if you put a thing that says this is satire at the beginning or something.
But it's not going to be satire. I mean, we're going to physically put these things in the drink and drink.
How are we putting it in?
You don't got to worry about it. I have the best idea for an elixir of productivity. You have all these videos of these people being like, oh, what if we carbonate milk in the soda stream? Yeah. I have something way better. I'm not going to do any of these stupid, like, egg drop challenge. You only have $5 to build something to prevent the egg from breaking off the top of this roof. No, my idea is way better.
Jesus
You're going to love this.
Oh, no.
Or you're going to have to find a day where you don't have work and nothing to go on for whatever the after effects of the drink are.
That might be October.
Okay, that's fine. I got time.
Yeah.
I'm going to learn all the glass plane shots and the mirror shots. I'll be ready.
Yeah, we could do that. We're just,
Yeah, I'm going to have you drive your car into a mirror. Be like, how does this make you feel? You just gun the gas. It's just a shot of you.
Jesus.
It's just in this parking lot over here. Oh, man.
Middle of the day, there's like people walking around.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty excited for that. I got a whole list of, it was really funny. I was writing down my YouTube ideas in like a document, and then I went to save out the document as YouTube ideas, and it said, oh, you already have a file named that. And I was like, oh, really? I don't remember writing a document for that. So I went and searched it, and I had a document from 2019 of YouTube ideas I had, and man, was I like an irritated, angry person then, because all my ideas were so like miserable. It was like, one of my ideas was like, talk about the state of content on YouTube and its diluted shit that we have to watch or something like. I mean, it's still true, but I was like, damn, the way I wrote this, I was really like trying to burn
upset,
pads. Yeah, I was very angry about this, and then I had like other weird ideas like, have two puppets slowly devolve into their two-dimensionality or something. I'm like, what the fuck? Why did I even think of this idea? Why would I ever have two puppets conversing about their two-dimensionality? Like, it's fucking stupid. It's just really weird reading stuff from the old days.
Jesus.
From even 2 or 3 years ago.
Damn. I mean, like, so I still have, like, all my... you just reminded me that, like, I was at work and I was looking at... I bring my hard drive with me everywhere, like, external one. I have all my, like, from, like, junior year of high school till, like, college papers. And then I have, like... There's a guy that I worked with that was like, I just got my master's degree. Do you want all my papers for all of the projects I did all the way through? I'm like, okay. And so I have like all of his random work. So if you ever want a master's degree...
Yeah, sweet.
Here you go.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's like one of those online colleges. So you just copy, paste, change some stuff.
Speaking of like master's degrees... and like education, I am going to pick up a series of books on Monday. I was looking on Facebook Marketplace for some stuff, and I was like, oh, there's a set of books I want. I might as well see if I can find it. And this dude was selling it for like $100. And I was like, dude, that is amazing. And it's even more amazing when you consider it's like 70 volumes of books.
What The hell?
Yeah. It's the series of books is called Great Books of the Western World. And it was a series of 54 volumes released in like 1960s that was supposed to be like essentially a liberal education for businessmen is what it was. And it's all the great ideas from like the European minds, like all the way from like Greek up to like Freud, basically. In each book, sometimes they show segments, sometimes they show like the entire text of like Greek plays, like Shakespeare, like Freud stuff, Thomas Aquinas, I don't know how you say his name, the Summa Theologica, which is like a great Catholic document and stuff like that. Yeah. It has Kant, so there's like your balance of like atheism and religion and stuff like that. Anyways, dude was selling those books, 54 volumes for like $100, and then he also included like another 10 volumes of like great ideas, which the Great Ideas program, which I think is what introduces you to all the ideas for the book. It's like a supplementary set of like 10 volumes. And then there was another one. It's like Great Gateway to Books, which is like another several, like 10 volumes of things that like give you a gateway to like more ideas or something like that. Jesus. And it's a series I've been looking for a long time, but they're usually like $400 or $500 to find a set. And sometimes people sell it on Marketplace for like cheap, but they're snapped up quickly. Yeah. For some reason I saw it and I was just like, dog, it's on. Fuck it. Yeah. I'm doing it. Like, can I monetarily afford this? Probably not the smartest decision, but
like now is the time.
Yeah. Like, when am I going to get a chance to get these fucking books? Like, I'll figure it out. I got to sell video games for books. I don't care. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Video games are useless. Hundreds of years of knowledge and books is more important to me. So, yeah, I'm excited that. I don't know how I'm going to fit it all in my car.
Good luck.
Yeah, this guy's like, yeah, just I'll give you a time, you show up on Monday and you can just get them out of this location. I was like, okay, whatever, sounds great.
How big are they?
They're like a pretty decent size hardcover books, all hardcover.
Damn, that's gonna be rough to get.
It's a lot of books.
Yeah, but
I think I'm gonna be able to, because I have a small car, but I think it shouldn't be a big deal. It'll just be. And all of them seem like they're in decent condition. But not only do you have the getting them, which isn't that much of a logistics problem, it's sitting down and reading all of them.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. Isn't it? I mean, I still have the like 20 volumes of Arabian Nights that I haven't finished too. And I paid $150, I think, for those, which those are great, but I haven't read all of them. I've only read brief pieces of them.
Wasn't that like at the first few episodes of the podcast you were talking
I think
about?
I mentioned a little bit in it, but yeah, at some point I gotta sit down and read those.
I think that's whenever you started it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I just like start things and then I don't finish them. So
I do the same. Yeah.
Maybe this podcast we're gonna chronicle the tales of me finishing things I started. Maybe I'll do nothing.
Maybe it's just you starting things.
Yeah. Maybe there's a podcast about me starting things.
Yeah. No, I feel like that's what I mean. I got like a bunch of little projects I do like around the house, and I'll like get like 90% done, and then be like, good enough. You know.
Yeah, some things I'm pretty stupid about like that. Like I'll do the same thing. It's like, oh, you get something pretty close to done and then you don't finish it. But you know what? I read my horoscope. It says prepare for liftoff for September.
Wow.
And I really feel like we're lifting off somewhere. I mean, I got that YouTube video done.
You're gonna get drugged.
Yeah, I'm moving off.
You're going to the moon.
I'm going to the moon. I'm gonna be the first one on the moon because literally the moon landing's fake. Don't even get me started.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait a second. So you believe in the fungus, the interdimensional fungus?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, why not?
If you believe that, then space has to be real.
Well, it's not that space isn't real. It's that, we didn't land on the moon, which is entirely possible.
But then the Earth isn't flat.
Well, it could be flat.
But not if the space fungus
I don't understand how these people think about this stuff. I'll tell you what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to focus on whether or not penguins have knees.
Yeah. It's a lot more work.
Yeah, these are the important things I need to learn. All of these are going to help me in my endeavors.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, so aliens.
Yeah, aliens. What about them? You got some feelings on them? Yeah,
they're wacky. Yeah. Did we talk about them last week?
No, we didn't.
We didn't talk about them last week. Did we talk about them on the podcast?
I don't remember what.
This is the issue.
Last week.
want to say that me and you talked about aliens.
We talked about aliens,
but did we talk
Discord?
about?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
So, anyways, there might be. All right, I'm gonna start a thing, and if you remember it, stop me there.
Okay.
But anyways, I was thinking about the idea of, there's it's already existing. So, the ants in the forest. Okay, where say me and you are ants, and we're in the forest, we're walking around just doing our thing, and all of a sudden a person walks through, and we go like, what was that? What was that? And everybody goes like, dude, it must have been swamp gas, dude. Just get back to work. Keep going. Those are aliens. The aliens are the people. We are the ants. What if that's reality? What if that's what's going on? That's why people see UFOs, but then it's like always just kind of dismissed or whatever, because it's like, well, we can't really do anything about that. It just,
Honestly, it's possible. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't know it. I honestly, as far as I know, maybe the Earth is flat and we're surrounded by a 200-foot ice wall, and beyond that ice wall is a hole that leads to where the Nazis are. I don't know.
Whoa.
Maybe dinosaurs still exist, or maybe they were killed by the interdimensional fungus that landed on the Earth.
Why the Nazis?
I don't know.
Why did they get chosen for that?
I think it's because the Nazis were doing a bunch of stuff where they were sending missions to Antarctica during that time period. Yeah, I think that's probably why. I mean, Hollow Earth theory even talks about that a little bit.
The Nazis doing stuff.
Yeah, the Nazis going into the Earth.
Wasn't there like a whole book on like what, like Hitler was like, oh yeah, man, the occult, all about it.
Yeah, he actually. I haven't read the book yet, but there's this book called Hitler's Private Library, and it shows like a bunch of books from his library that he had read, as well as the notes he took inside of those particular books, and he did read a lot of occult books and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which, I think if you want a well-rounded opinion about something, you got to just read everything. Yeah. Everything you find interesting anyways. I mean,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he obviously achieved something through dark magic or otherwise.
Yeah, he teleported to a portal.
Yeah, he joined the fungus.
I just wanted to say this computer's making Terraria noises.
Is it?
Do you know there's like one sound.
I know you're saying.
Yeah, that I was like, it's making the song.
You're like, I'm feeling nostalgic. Maybe at your reception we'll bring in a couple laptops and do a Terraria LAN.
Yeah.
You're like, hold on, guys. Your fiance's like, oh, I want to dance. You're like, I need to beat the wall of flesh first. Give me 1 more hour.
We have like 7 people.
Yeah.
It's impossible because they scale the health.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But yeah. So, anyway.
Yeah, anyways.
I'm trying to think of anything.
What else you got on your mind? Dude?
Oh, I went and had like a lunch with my dad.
Yeah.
Last week. And like, he was like, yeah, no, I feel like I've been like a complete like passenger. We were like talking and stuff. He's like, I've been a complete passenger is what he's been saying, right? He's like, is there anything that I could do to like help you guys out? I'm like, it's about a week for the wedding. I appreciate it. But, we're kind of really close. I mean, there's nothing really for him to do anyway, but it's just like,
Yeah, but hey, there's the thought.
Yeah, appreciate it, but
you're a couple years late.
So, but
he's like, I honestly I didn't want to deal with it, but now that we're at the end, I feel like I could help.
Yeah,
you need me to pick up some chairs from a venue, whatever,
anything. Yeah. No, but yeah, we kind of talked and like I haven't seen him much. And so, like, he's like, we should get lunch more often. I'm like, okay. So, I think we're gonna try to do that more,
Do you guys have a specific type of lunch you like?
Whatever. We went to, like, a barbecue place.
Yeah.
I tried to take him to this Mexican restaurant. It's, like, best Mexican restaurant around. And, like, nothing. Like, we walk in there, and the line's, like, out the door almost. And it's for lunch.
Yikes.
Like, that's pretty rough. So
yeah, you're like, Dad, we're just getting McDonald's.
Yeah, so
Mickey D's for me and Dad.
So we just went down the road to a barbecue place that was open. So,
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I just went and talked to my dad, I guess.
Have you had to engage with any other family members before the wedding at all, or?
I mean, like, my grandparents.
Yeah. You got any other, like, prevailing thoughts in your mind that you've been dealing with?
I do have something.
Yeah.
I went to therapy yesterday.
Yeah, how was that?
I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast all that.
Okay.
I went to therapy a few times.
Yeah.
Right? I think I did talk about it, but it was basically I felt like I was making the same mistakes that I'd made in the past, and I just wasn't realizing it. And so I was like, maybe there's something else going wrong. So I went to therapy to go and like, talk about it, figure it out, right? I don't think I needed the therapy because I went there and like within a week I'd figured pretty much everything out myself when, the therapy place was like, hey, so let's, first session's like useless, right? You walk in there, it's like intake. So they fill out a form and then
they're like, who are you?
They talk about like, oh, what are your goals? But we don't talk about anything else. And then the second time you start talking about it, and the third time, finally, it's like the real deal. But like by the third time I was already kind of done. But I kept going because it's like, oh, maybe there's something here. Maybe there's something interesting. I went for like 5 sessions total. I went yesterday and like, I just didn't have anything to talk about. And so we kind of just like went over some general stuff. We were like, she's like, so, you seem pretty good. I mean, like you're doing pretty well on everything. I'm like, yep. So like, do we want to do another session? I'm like, no, I think I'm good for now. And we just kind of, disconnected from there. But it's just like, I don't know. I wish that after like the first few sessions, she would have been like, so like, you already kind of resolved your issue. Because I did. Mm-hmm. Do you want to come back? Do you want to do whatever? Instead of just going like, so like 2 weeks, I'll see you. And you know what I mean?
But obviously, like, they have the imperative to make money. So
yeah,
they can't just be like, you know what? Just go away.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like, I think if we put in another 10 sessions, I really think.
Yeah.
I really think we can get to the crux of this. Do you feel like there's something in the last 20 years of your past? Do you have a moment that you associate really negative? Let's open up that hypothetical filing cabinet of yours. Let's delve into those memories. Can you move into the cortex of your brain, and we're gonna wring out of it some sort of memory that I can use to agree with my hypothetical thesis about how you feel.
Yeah.
That one time that kid did that thing to you when you were a child.
You didn't like
this
that.
is why you're like this today.
Yeah. This is where we're at now because of that. But I mean, like, it's I wouldn't say therapy's useless by any means. But like for me, I don't know. I just, because of the way that life is around us now, I went like, oh, I have something wrong with me mentally that I want to like work on and get better at, rather than doing the thing that I did anyways of just like focusing on it and being like, okay, let's be more whatever. I decided that like, oh, people talk about therapy a lot. I'm going to go do that, I could have saved some money.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, in the end, though, you learned that it's not something for you. So,
yeah,
in a way, that's a price to pay. Rather than spend years going to therapy and then figuring it out, you figured it out relatively quickly.
Yeah.
I think that was some of the problem that I had with it. I think I did about 6 sessions or something.
Yeah.
And after a certain point, it was like he just stopped contacting me because it was basically like I can acknowledge and see what my problems are.
Yeah.
And I know what I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of like, why am I not doing them? And that becomes like, another problem. Essentially to figure out.
Yeah. And I mean, like talking to people about the problem is helpful to figure out your problem, right? Because they can give input. And like the thing with the therapist is that, especially with like, because the thing that I was doing was that like I sucked at, being there for my fiance a few times, right? And so like I thought I had fixed it like years ago, but actually apparently I didn't. I surprised myself. And so like I knew about the issue, I knew what was wrong, I knew what I needed to do to fix it, but I just was like, there's a reason why I went back to this, so maybe I need to go, So
no, I get what you're saying. I'd say this, it's similar for me, right? It's like you look at these situations and the problem is that you have a bunch of subconscious routines that you need to first make conscious and then create better habits around them.
Yeah.
Like for me, it was like, oh, I'm like eating horribly. And then, or like, oh, why do I constantly like seek out pornography in times of like stress and anxiety? Like, oh, it's a coping mechanism for stress and anxiety. Well, it just ends up causing more stress and anxiety. So what's a better coping mechanism? It's like, oh, maybe I need to get my like, my testosterone and like hormone levels in check. Like, okay, maybe I need to start exercising. Like maybe if I eat better. And then it just became like okay, every time I read a book, I learn like another answer, and that answer contributes to like my overall well-being as well as like how I feel about the world and what I do in it, essentially. Yeah. So it was just like, okay, why are you doing these things? Like, if you're not asking yourself those questions, then, I mean, I guess the first thing you have to admit is that you're the problem. Yeah. Right? That you need to take responsibility for the fact that your life is shit because you make the choices to make it shit. Yeah, and if you can acknowledge that and you can acknowledge you're the problem, then you can acknowledge that you can change it. And then you have to start figuring out ways that you can change it. So it's just like a really logical, maybe this is just the programmer in me coming out, but, which is true. Like, your environment does affect, and your job, your occupation does affect how you think about things. So for me, it was just like one step after the other. Yeah. And you have to just correct those steps.
We're probably lucky because I also program, right? So, but like, obviously the logic that I have to go through is simpler, but also there's a lot more, like, I think I have to deal with like, this computer talking to this computer talking to this computer. So I have to figure out what each one's doing, kind of go like, okay, how is this communicate, So I think, because I think very similarly whenever I'm like thinking of a problem of myself, right? Yeah. Like, what's the root cause of this?
Yeah, honestly, I guess, when you put it like that, it really is, we both do think in a similar way, probably because of programming. I mean, I look at the situation, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm using to cope. These are better ways to cope. And using these better ways to cope will do these things. And then I started thinking about it more like, why do I not like certain people? Why do I not like hanging out with certain people? And then you like start to feel through the emotions and you're like, oh, like these people don't, that I associate with aren't eventually what I want to be. Like, you are yourself and also like your environment. At least these are the answers that I found. So like, and then I considered like, okay, I need to like fix my environment. I need to fix like my habits. And then I need to fix like these certain aspects of myself to be able to be like essentially harmonious with who I want to be. Yeah. And a lot of the discontent that I have is, it all just comes down to like idle hands or the devil's plaything. Like, if you have like desires that aren't being met, they're going to manifest in negative ways because you're not positively seeking the outlet for those desires. Yeah. So. Yeah, I definitely think we probably think the same because of that. So yeah. Anyways, Anyways, the end of the podcast, therapy. If you guys need a therapy session, you can contact us at rovingslant@gmail.com. If you have any questions, you can send them there. If you have any criticisms, you can send them there as well. If you have any opinions, you can send them there. If you have any imponderables about whether or not penguins have knees, we might answer them. We might forget about it. It depends. We do the podcast irregularly.
If you if you want to sign up for like a Pornhub account and you need an email, Roving Slant.
Yeah. Tell you what, maybe you should just stop with the porn. Yeah. If you need to use our email for your Pornhub account, it's not going to help you.
Yeah. Well, I used to have a joke that I would say, like, you need like 7 Pornhub accounts so you watch 7 videos at once. Yeah. Yeah, I could bring that whole thing up again. Yeah. Yeah.
So if you have problems, you can contact us. We need to set up a PayPal so you can pay us. No.
We're taking this business legit, baby.
Yeah, we're going legit. We got an LLC. No.
Pay me in crypto.
Yeah. Send ETH to us. We're gonna 10x.
No, trust me, dude. We want Cardino.
Yeah. I only accept Monero because that's the only uncentralized currency that actually exists.
I mean, like, you could do, pretty much.
Yeah.
But anyway,
anything else you want to close out with? Oh, when should we continue that? It's obviously got to be after your wedding, but is it going to be months from now after your honeymoon?
It's going to be like 3 or 4 weeks. Okay, because I'm not back till the end of the month.
Okay.
So
Sweet. So yeah, I guess
I'll come back with like Iceland stories, and my Iceland stories will be like, yeah, we went to this one place.
Yeah.
And like, dude.
So we got to this place, and it turns out that they have this arbitrary reason where like you need your podcast
your podcast. Yeah. If you have a podcast, you have to leave it at the door.
Yeah, leave your You can't. No podcasters here. If your passport doesn't have at least another 30 years, you can't enter these restaurants. Also, Iceland's really big on vaccinations, but also you need 10 of them before you can.
Believe it or not, we already looked all that up.
Yeah.
No, they're fine.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's probably because it's just nowhere.
They would rather, they would rather have people show up and spend money than not, I think is what it is.
Stimulate the economy.
Whereas if you go to Korea, Korea, by the way, because I did some research on this month thing.
Yeah.
If you try to go to Korea, you need to have 6 months of extra.
And why? In case you take a poster off the wall and get put in jail or what?
I guess. I don't know. And then also you have to be vaccinated, have like a negative COVID test. All this. Oh, by the way, on our way back, we have to stop in Canada because that's just like the flight.
Quarantine or something?
No. So you have to stop in Canada. In order to fly into Canada, you have to take COVID test.
Oh my God.
Which is kind of silly because it's like, what do you mean? Like, okay, so in order to go back to the U.S., we don't have to take COVID test. In order to go to Iceland, you don't have to take COVID test. But because we have a stop in Canada and then we go to the U.S., in order to fly to Canada, we now have to take COVID test.
I'm going to see you 3 months from now after you've been quarantined in Canada for 1 month.
Yeah. Well, no, because they wouldn't even take us. We'd be quarantined in Iceland.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, and then we'd probably just have to change our flight to fly back to New York or something.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This potentially could be even more amazing.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, I wouldn't mind spending another few. It's cheap to stay in Iceland. So.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, maybe you will. Maybe it'll end up being a blessing in disguise. Yeah, you guys would be like, you know what? I just like the 24-hour suntanning my balls out here. I'm just going to stay for another month.
Yeah, I can't. Dude, we're going to see Aurora Borealis.
Oh, that'll be pretty. Yeah.
It would.
You get to see God at work.
Yeah. We're, by the way, next time we go up to the cabin.
Yeah.
We're going to sit outside and stare upwards at a south angle to look for UFOs.
Okay.
We'll
just do that right after you get back. We'll just go up.
Well, we gotta wait for snow.
We don't need to wait for snow.
We need adversity.
We need adversity.
It's too easy if there's no snow.
It's true. What makes man is adversity.
Oh man, we had to bail out of the car halfway up the road.
Yeah, we'll actually record the footage of us getting stuck this time.
Of Mario karting up the road.
That'll be our first episode where we do an actual we'll do it in color. We'll have a video.
A video of it. We're walking at night in the dark like
What's up, guys? It's us trudging through the snow, and we feel the adversity.
I hear wolves.
Someone has decided to send us 30 questions to our Roving Slant Gmail, and so we're going to fix all your life's problems in 30 easy steps.
Yeah, while we trudge through the snow.
We're breathing heavy.
Yeah, so I think if you just you don't want to watch porn.
Honestly, dude, you just really need to get your car fixed. You got to stop putting that off. If your brakes are squeaking like that, you really got to go get that changed.
Look, man, if I was in your shoes, divorce.
Tell you what, man, she's just a negative impact on you, and at a certain point, you're gonna realize that you either wasted X amount of years of your life with this chick, or you can just take the hit now and go through the pain because it's inevitable. This is not gonna work out.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyways,
we out. You got work to get to, I guess.
I brought my boots because I'm gonna go get them.
You're gonna go to the coffee shop in your boots, right?
I already did.
Second coffee run.
Oh, I need more. Oh, don't tempt me.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm gonna go get my boots. This doesn't even need to be in the podcast.
I'm gonna leave it in.
Yeah, we're gonna keep talking about.
I don't care.
Here's what they do at the boot store. If you ever take this boot to the boot store, they'll take them for you, right? And I want new soles because look at they're all
those are flat, dude.
Yeah,
they're gonna slip out there while you're playing your Steam Deck at work.
These soles, all right, these soles I've had since 2015.
Wow,
and they're not that worn down, but I'm like the oil slip resistance thing doesn't exist anymore. I'm like, that was kind of useful. So maybe
you need new soles, dude.
Yeah, I gotta get
soles checked. Yeah. You might as well go to the priest while you're at it, too. Confess.
Yeah.
Get everything out right before the wedding.
Yeah.
New souls, new soul.
I go to the priest. I'm like, yeah, I had premarital sex. They're like, who didn't?
Priest is like, in this day and age, have you heard of Tinder? I'd be burning bramble day in and out.
But yeah, no. So, I can have legal sex soon.
Yeah.
That'll
you
be
go.
cool.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah.
The Bible approves.
Imagine that.
Yeah. You're going to be like in your bedroom and you're going to be like on top of your wife and then light is going to shine in and you'll be like, oh yeah.
And then I'm going to put down my doormat.
You're like, this is the way God intended. Time to last as long as possible, baby. I was thinking about that earlier. Somebody listens to the podcast from your wedding after we tell them about it, and they come back like years later. They're like, Sam, you completely saved my marriage. He's like, beforehand, I couldn't last in bed for more than 39 seconds, but now I can last hours. In fact, we've been having so much tantric sex that I feel completely unified with my wife.
My wife is...
Yeah.
Tired.
Yeah. She's tired, but in the good kind of way.
Yeah. Exhausted.
The tired way in between the legs of how much unification we're feeling together.
Dude, I mean, like, as soon as I marry Rebecca, I mean, like, it kind of sucks for her because she won't be able to, like, leave the kitchen or the bedroom.
Yeah.
But, like, at the same time, it'll be cool for her.
It'll be like a new look on life.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow. 2 rooms.
Yeah. You'll be able to walk into church as a married couple.
Yeah.
Supported by
days,
God. Yeah.
When I want to go.
Yeah. You no longer have to shy away from the people that have leering eyes at you because you can just show them the wedding ring and the light will reflect in their eyes and they'll be like, the light of God.
You're like,
yeah.
I laid this.
Yeah.
Legally.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And then you can plan for children and it'll be completely... Yeah.
And then, like, the church will be like, you're having kids? Give me them.
Yeah.
Give me those.
Yeah, catechism. You guys ever heard of that?
Give me that board.
Yeah, they just hear... They're like, do I smell a wallet?
Future wallet?
Yeah. What's that? More children to add to the roster under God's light? Come join the family together at the congregation.
So anyways, that was an extra 5 minutes.
Yeah. You want to add on anything else?
We do take tips.
Early. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we take tips. We're bad at podcasting. If you could just give us some tips about how we should podcast. Yeah.
I did look back into the Fiverr thing that you did a bunch of research on.
Yeah.
I think it's still doable because those people are all like $70. Like the tradition of Fiverr is $5. I think if they had 2 people for $5, someone would be like, let's have these 2 knuckleheads on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, just give us a list of approved topics you'd like us to talk about, things that you disapprove of that you don't want us to talk about, and we'll just talk about everything not on either of those lists.
Yeah.
$5, 2 podcasters.
Yeah. In a world.
Yeah. Get ready. 'Cause coming summer of 2023.
Oh, I'm gonna come.
From the bunker. 2 men stage a war against adversity to find themselves.
So anyway.
Yeah.
I want to,
Can't you keep teasing the end? Give me another topic. Come on, let's go.
I think you saw the alpha male photo of me.
Yeah.
With my shirt open and all that.
Yeah.
I want more photos of myself with like a hat on and a shirt open.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to find like places in Iceland that like I could wear shorts and a t-shirt, but it's going to be like 50 degrees. Mm-hmm. So it won't be warm enough probably to do that. So I was kind of disappointed in that.
Honestly, dude, even if your like nipples are like icicles, I think you can still pull it off.
Yeah. Now, let me tell you something really quick about Iceland.
Yeah.
And then we can end the podcast.
Okay.
So basically, whenever we fly in, the day that we fly in, if we're not exhausted, I plan on taking Rebecca to the Penis Museum, the world's only penis museum.
There is one in Iceland?
Yeah, it's the only one. They have penises of every animal.
Wow.
And I can't wait to see a whale penis.
Yeah, please save a picture of that for Jade, obviously.
Yeah.
And I honestly...
I want to take a photo of me going like smiling, thumbs up, next to like, yeah.
If they're suspended in glass, like boxes or
That's
whatever.
What I'm hoping
yeah,
for.
You have to do the stand behind it. Rebecca takes that angle where it looks like you have a huge whale penis. Please.
I'm like,
Yeah.
The hands on the waist.
Like those fire hydrant photos of people standing in front of them. Oh my god. Yeah. I guess I'll leave you with one of the imponderables that people don't know the answer to. They don't know why cowboy hats have dents in them. They just think that without the dent, they'd look dopey.
They do.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's not even incomparable.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
They just don't know why they have dents.
No, but what about the gold?
Yeah, you're going to get that in Buffalo, New York, right?
Yeah. I'll see you whenever the FBI releases me.